I really appreciated the talk. Thank you so much. I have actually two questions. So I'm hoping the first one you can just make a remark and then maybe address the second one. The first question, and I'll try to make it brief. And if you can't do them both, that's okay. The, the first question has to do with whenever there's like a guided meditation or going through the parts of the body, and like you did today, I get really restless. I don't, my question is how is reflection on the body important for the development of what you're calling meditation? I think is another word for samadhi. I'm not sure if that's what you're kind of relating it to. So that's the first question. The second question is, let's say you are able to settle the mind and you're in that state where you're ready to do some contemplations of Dhamma, which just lately I've been able to do a little bit, not too much. But when I do, I find I'm pretty clueless as to what to do there. Sometimes I just, as you have recommended, just bring up maybe a subject or a state like anatta or anicca, and just see what happens. And I find myself, I'm like really goal oriented. Okay, what's the answer to this? Okay, no, Paula, that's not the right way to approach this, and so forth and so on. And I just and the question I have is just recently reading the simile of the snake again, and the Buddha says, just get rid of the aggregates, form, feeling. So I've tried to like think about that, and I'm like, I have no clue how to do that. So those are my questions. Okay. Do what you can in the time that you have, and I appreciate it. I'm so sorry that they're so broad, but
it's okay. So the first one, it sounded like you said that whenever there's guided meditation, you get restless. Is that correct?
Well,
mostly about the body.
I don't understand the connect. Yeah, I do get restless and don't want to focus on the various parts of the body the way you did today. I don't know. And the question is why is that important? If I could understand what the importance of doing that would be, perhaps I could better relate.
Well, I think it's interesting that it makes you restless because, it's useful to reflect on, like, how do you feel about the body and the parts of the body and the fact that they're deteriorating? And I mean, one of the values of it is to really come face to face with the truth of the impermanence of the body. And also the acceptance of the various parts of the body not being what we want them to be, and how they can't be a me or mine. They can't possibly be self. So there are many there's a lot of value in looking at the parts of the body. And of course, the Buddha talked about looking at the parts of the body as a way to reduce lust. We have so much delusion around the body and all those skin creams and, like everything that they try to market to us about the body and how we look and everything else. It feeds that delusion. The world feeds that delusion. We're so interested in how our face is and how our clothes are and all this stuff. It's like, if we really look at the body as it is, we kind of lose some of that. It loses its mystique. Now you're a nurse, so I'm curious about how that relates. You don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but it's like,
I never get the idea of having disgust with the body, because I have great appreciation and have always been mystified and see the body as an extension of nature, which I love so much. So I'm, I always had a great love to learn about the various parts of the body, and I never felt it was disgusting. So I can't relate that way either. I don't relate to it disgust.
This makes me even more curious because it seems like a reflection on the nervous system and the digestive system and appreciating them ought to be a slam dunk for you. What makes you restless? You don't have to answer, but it's good to think about. It's like,
I just don't see how it relates to meditation. That's what.
Yeah. Well, what are we meditating for? I mean, there are many reasons, right? There are many benefits to meditation, but ultimately we want to see things exactly the way they really are. And the body is one of the places where we do not see things the way they are. If we did, and we went to the doctor and they said, okay, you've got about 6 weeks to live, we'd go, okay. If we saw the way it is, it'd be, okay, I guess I better go tell some people what's going to happen now. It's my time. Okay. No, we're not like that. That's not where we are.
So it's a kind of an exercise for understanding the reality. It's just a more in-depth method of understanding the way things are by focusing on the body. It's what we have to use.
Yeah,
towards
exactly.
that end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the stuff we feel is so intimate to us. It's so much me. I'm identified with this image on this screen right now. It's like, we can like it or not like it and all that jazz. But, if we really try to look at it for what it is.
So it's a key for the lock into Dhamma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that. And you can go on to someone else, because I know you never have an answer for the second question, but I had to throw it out there. Maybe another day. Somebody can go next.
Okay. We'll work on that more as we go along.
Okay.
And I think just like in the last minute here, I'm going to say, Paula, I'm delighted that you're doing some Dhamma contemplation. And I think you're on the right track to like rein in the goal-oriented intention or urge, and to really, you might even just set the intention of what you would like to know more about in the approach. And when you're in a deeper state of stillness, just watch. Sometimes we can set an intention and then stick it in the drawer and not think about it at all, and it comes back. So don't try so hard, at least not in that way. And I think that's it.